Hello, welcome back to another episode of Life Isn't Over Yet. Now, you probably noticed that I've been doing a series that is connected to the Taurus New Moon. And as you are watching this, we are preparing for a Scorpio full moon. So, what does that mean for this intention that you set during your Taurus new moon, which was on April 27th? Well, first of all, we're in Taurus season. So the sun is in Taurus, which is shining a light on Taurus energy. And I've gone over in the last episode, Taurus energy is very grounded energy. It is tapping into your central side. It is about how you make your money, your material possessions, what you want to manifest in the material world, as well as where are you feeling unworthy and not enough in your life, because unworthiness is a huge factor for the second house. And so, Taurus, the placement of Taurus in the second house is all about what you put in your mouth, like addictions of, food and drink and whatever, because it's about the head. So you might be asking yourself around, questions around that area as well. Where are you self-sabotaging because you don't believe that you're good enough? And in my last episode, I was talking about parenting because I happen to have Taurus in the fourth house, which is the house of home, your mother, and parenting. And also, we have Mother's Day coming up, so I was feeling that energy as well. And we all know that the moon is the feminine energy. It is the mother, the subconscious, and our intuitive aspect of who we are. So this Scorpio full moon that we'll be experiencing on the 12th is about tapping into the unseen world, secret knowledge, and the unseen world is not only spiritual, it is your psychological beliefs. And so that's where you have to transform those in order to keep going, to have the perseverance and the tenacity to manifest the intention that you set. And so, like I was saying in the last episode, we have 29.5 days in the moon cycle. And in the moon cycle, we go through different phases. And so, we've talked about the waxing energy and the first quarter energy. One thing I didn't mention in the last episode is the first quarter energy is about taking a bird's eye view about, what's working and what's not working, but it's also about what you want to add. What do you need to add in order for you to manifest whatever intention you set during the new moon's energy? And then, we go through the wax and gibbous, and this is all inspired action. This is moving forward. This is taking the action. And this is a perfect time for you to take action without reaching burnout, because you're going with the flow instead of dealing with resistance because you're out of sync. And because our feminine energy is so dialed in to the cyclical nature, even your menstrual cycle syncs up with the moon, you can feel more attractive, magnetic, and more in tuned when you sync up with the moon phases. This is tapping into your divine feminine goddess energy because it's all about your womb energy. It is tapping into that inner flame, your sacral. Your sacral is about giving birth. It's your creative aspect of who you are and what you were here to create. And we've been hijacked, and there's been an imbalance. There's been this hustle culture. There's this whole thing about what can I get, instead of it being a we world, it's been a me world. And so it's always been me. I have to do. And there's a lot of burnout. So Scorpio's energy is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is the destroyer. So this is destruction, destroying old patterns, old systems, and old beliefs that you have about yourself that keeps your life on repeat. This is a transformation. This is metamorphosis. And this is the more intimate, private side of you. It is also the house of other people's money, death, sex, and taxes. So while you're going through your metamorphosis, because everything that you set an intention to do in the physical realm is an extension of you, and you will go through an evolution, a metamorphosis in the process. And that is where this cyclical nature helps you with your personal microcosm evolution versus the macrocosm, which is happening in the external world. So you want to ask yourself, is there anything that is holding you back? Are there still some beliefs that you have that are keeping you hidden? Because when you think of Scorpio's energy, they're very private and they like to be away from and hidden from. Scorpios live underneath a rock. So is there something about you that you're still holding on to a belief is saying that I'm not enough and I have to hide? Or is there some secrets that you're holding on to, like some shame, guilt, or trauma that is keeping you from this manifestation? Now, manifestation is just the creative aspect of who you are. It could be a download that you've received. It could be a desire. It could be a want. I know it's easier when you think of manifestations to put it on a material thing than to think about what you truly desire. But this energy, because it's so heavily in the Venusian energy, it's really tapping into your authentic self, your authentic code, not what somebody else told you should be doing, not comparing yourself to others, not thinking that it needs to be done like them. Because if you watched any of my other videos or listened to any of my episodes, you will know that I'm a firm believer that we are stardust and we are just as unique as a snowflake. There's not one snowflake alike, and we all came here with a different perspective, a different mission, and we also have gone through different lifetimes, past lives, and we have different karmic energy that comes through. And so this is coming up during this Scorpio full moon. It's because when a moon gets full, it's shining a light on any feelings, emotions, or subconscious beliefs that you have about yourself that keep holding you back. Now, if you are manifesting with ease and you are aligned, then you're going to see you're going to see you're getting closer, right? Like everything doesn't manifest to its full. Just think of like when you give birth to a child, there's a gestation period of 9, 10 months before you actually have the physical baby to see it, right? You just know that it's there and you believe it and you nurture it. And um, then one day you'll be holding the baby in your arms and you'll have the physical manifestation of it. And it is the same with any intention that you set. There is a gestation period. And so every month you're going to go through those cycles to nurture, to see what's coming up, to see what you need to add, what you need to take away, and what you need to plant again that's going to be in connection because we go through these. And it could be, it could happen in a few months, it could happen in a year, but it's to get you to the understanding that you have to have complete faith in what it is that you're wanting to manifest into the physical. without certainty that it's even going to work, but you have such a strong passion towards it and it keeps revisiting you and you can't walk away from it, even though it's hard and you can't see the manifestation. And because if everyone could have the perseverance and tenacity, then nobody would be working for someone else or and I don't even want to say work because you could have the same in a business, but if you truly believe in yourself and you have the tenacity and the perseverance, you know that you have to believe without a shadow of a doubt that your purpose, your mission, what you're here to do is an extension of yourself. And you will stick with it no matter what. And it takes a lot of courage and perseverance for that. And most people give up because it doesn't happen as quickly as they want it to. And that is because we live in a world of technology and instant gratification. But every time you choose something for yourself, it's a transformation of you. It's an evolution. It's a metamorphosis. So you can't skip any of the steps because, again, like I was talking about in my last episode, it'll be a house of cards and there's no strong foundation. Anything of meaning needs to have a strong foundation. And if you're in your crone era, like me, you know that you are being drawn to a legacy project. This is something you're going to leave behind when you are not here. And so, me showing up here on video, having these conversations will be on YouTube if YouTube is still a thing. 40 years from now, it'll be online, it'll be on the internet, it'll be in the cloud, it'll be an extension of me long after I am no longer in my physical body. And so this is what you're feeling, that this is your time. As in your crone era. In your crone era, you're like thinking of everything you've learned, your wisdom, your pains, your lessons, your challenges, and how you grew from it. And maybe you can share some wisdom. And that's why I show up here and I tap into my intuition, my creative flow, so that I can bring a manifestation of me and what I've gone through. So, with this Scorpio full moon, ask the deeper questions, the questions that you're hiding behind, and really try to unfold why or how or where this is affecting you in your life. And always keep in mind that even though full moons can get emotional, it is just for you to tap into that aspect of who you are. See, we're emotional beings at the end of the day, but it's your emotions that can block you from moving forward because emotions feel so real. And if you can take a moment to pause and take a bird's eye view and then ask the questions. Journaling is so important in your growth, during your growth and your evolution, and asking yourself the questions and not always keeping everything stuck in your head. It's like, oh, I know what I need to do. I know, and you just keep it up and you don't get restful night of sleep and you don't ask the questions. So it's like when you have a journaling practice, you can have a relationship with your higher self. You can get the answers or solutions to get you closer. And even in my practice, I not only go inwards about emotions that I'm feeling, but I also write out the projects I'm working on and really take a bird's eye view and see the breadcrumbs, the bigger picture of it all. And why I have to take this step. Why am I stuck on this step? What is the lesson in this step for me? So I hope that through the videos that I am doing, where I'm teaching you how to use the moon phase and the energy of the moon during the physical cycle of the moon phase and all of the nuances that you're going to experience once you say yes to your dream, right? Once you say yes to this manifestation, it's going to come up for you so that you are able to bring it to fruition. And if there is no growth, there is nothing, there is emptiness. If it comes too easy, and you're still the same person once you received it, right? If you took all the shortcuts and you didn't grow, then you're going to feel empty when you do receive it, because it's going to be like, I worked for this for what? But if you can take a pause and realize that you are growing in the process and you are becoming a better version of yourself, then when you obtain that manifestation, you can look and say, wow, I'm not even the same person anymore. I have grown so much and I've changed my perspective. And my level of awareness is totally different from where I began. It is a spiritual climb, but it comes in cyclical motion. So I'm going to leave you with this today, and I want you to really just tap into the scorpionic energy of the full moon and give yourself some grace around this time. If you're getting emotional, don't beat yourself up, and know that when you tapped into whatever desire that you said you wanted to manifest, this intention you set on the new moon of Taurus, the reason why you did it is because that is your spirit seeking expansion. It doesn't want to be stagnant anymore. And every time you don't make yourself a priority and have this purpose, you give up on yourself. And so if you go back to, like, even on my website, I talk about the 3 Ps, which is your making yourself a priority, your purpose, and working on your perception. Because with those 3 things, you step into becoming a high value woman. You pay attention to the red flags. You say yes to what is in alignment for you and no to the things that are not. And you don't make excuses for why you say no. No is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain to somebody why you don't want to do the thing or why it's a no for you. It's just a no because it's not in alignment with you. And if this resonates with you, and if you've had some aha moments, or you are going through a transformation right now, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear what has come up for you during this moon phase of following the moon phases. And let me know if this is clicking where it makes more sense for you as a woman who's stepping into her high value era to follow the moon phases. And that's all I have for you today.